This is a bit of an unlikely story, really. Two men in a microlight plane run out of petrol in mid-air. They think they're history, obviously, but they desperately pray to God for an airstrip amongst the rugged Pelorus Sounds at the top of the South Island. And then, wait for this, they see one. And they land at an isolated organic farm right next to a sign that says, Jesus is Lord. Here's Mahinarangi Forbes.
A ride in a microlight was a birthday gift from this man's wife, one which may have ended his life. At any stage did you think you were going to die?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. When that motor cut out in the first instance.
On Sunday, long-time friends Grant Stubbs and pilot Owen Wilson took a microlight plane up over Pelorus Sounds.
We headed off. Sunday afternoon was a beautiful day.
We were a little bit low on gas, but I topped up to a safe level. You calculate out by how much fuel the aircraft burns versus how much fuel is in the tank, and we had about 2 hours 20 minutes of flying time, and we planned to be back within 2 hours.
They'd been in the air for an hour and a half when disaster struck.
Instantaneous. 1 minute we're under power, and next minute it just cut out. And then it fired back up very briefly, cut out again. And I turned to OB and I said very quietly, "What is it, OB?" And he said, OB's Owen's nickname. I said, Owen said, "It's fuel, Grant, we're out of fuel." I said, "Okay, OB, what would you like me to do?" And OB said, "You just pray, Grant."
Problem was the petrol tank was dry and they were left literally on a wing and a prayer.
My first little prayer was, "Lord, please get us over this ridge. We need to clear this ridge." And the motor kept spluttering and coughing, and OB was fiddling with the fuel pump and trying to scavenge the last bit of fuel out of the tank. And we got over the ridge, and then it completely died. It just completely shut down.
Miracle number one. Owen Wilson now needed another favour from God. He needed to find flat land, but he could see only rugged bush and rocky coastline.
So I figured if we have to ditch in the water, let's ditch beside houses, cross the ridge, and answered a prayer instantly. There's an airfield, and I thought, I can't believe it. I've never seen an airfield here before. Didn't know it existed. I can do this, Lord. You just got to help me with the flying.
Organic Christian farmers Truth and Grace live at Te Ora Bay. They heard the plane cut out and witnessed the drama unfold.
We welcomed it in. I said, "You should land here." I didn't even think he had that much problem, but I welcomed him in, and then 30 seconds later, these gentlemen were landing on our land. It was wonderful to see. Yeah.
Today they met their new friends again and repaid them for the petrol they borrowed.
Yeah, it's probably the best $20 it's either of us have ever spent.
So as we came in, we touched down about a third of the way up the strip and came to a coast up the hill, basically coming to a halt probably just about here. And then we got out of the plane and...
Yeah, we got out of the plane. I was on the left side, of course. Climbed out the tiny little door on this microlight, and the first thing I saw when I got out of the plane was that. Revival, Jesus is Lord. So I burst out laughing, of course, and because I was pretty amped anyway, and showed Owen, and he laughed as well, and we were just ecstatic.
A message from God, or a case of being in the right place at the right time? Truth, Grace, Owen and Grant believe they were guided in by an angel.
Everything sort of has a free range along here and up the hills. So on that day we were just walking out here and everything happened to be off the landing strip.
And how dangerous is that with a microlight if you're to hit one of those?
Oh, it'd destroy the microlight. Even a large bird would do some serious damage.
So it's back to work and family for these two survivors, but with a story that's good enough to be told for generations.
And what did your wife say about the present she'd given you?
Yeah, she's feeling a little bit embarrassed about it. I'm wondering what she's going to give me next year. I'm going to be a bit wary.